Good morning to all of you. Today I'm going to talk about God. What is God? Please think. My question is not who is God, my question is what is God? And that is the right question. From our young days, from the time we are born, we are brainwashed. There is God who created everything. God is a person, and you must worship this God. That is how we are all taught. If you are born in Hinduism, you have a certain way. If you are born in Islam, you follow a certain path. If you are born in Christianity or Buddhism or Sikhism, that's the way it is, isn't it? But think for yourself. I spent years and years trying to know about the concept of God. Please watch this video. Please do watch this video. I do not have any doubts about God. My views or my knowledge about God or my thinking about God is very clear because I spend a lot of money, time, efforts in trying to know about God. The sad part is, and the very funny part is, that people fight about this concept. The moment when we can come to a right conclusion that God is not a person, God is a concept, things will become simple. What is the evidence that God is only one? We have been just brainwashed that God is one, only true God, who has created everything. Really? See, I do not have any problem if you believe that. But I have a problem when you start criticizing other people. Some people say, I am an atheist, I do not believe in God. And I agree. Because God is not a person. And sadly, most of the religions preach God is one. He is the epitome of all goodness. Is that even true? See, I do not have any problem if you say, I love Allah, I love Krishna, or I love Jehovah, I love Jesus, I worship. I do not have any problem. Go ahead, do it. If that can give you peace of mind, if that can make you a better human being, I do not have any problem. But I have a problem when people start fighting. Oh, Krishna is the only true God, Jehovah is the only true God, Allah is the only true God. And then people start fighting, killing one another. Why? It is so stupid. Fighting in the name of God, fighting in the name of religion or religions, trying to make others feel inferior, is that even necessary? Let me explain. Sport. Is sport a person? No. Sport can be personified when I see a child playing with a ball or a youngster riding a bicycle. That is sport. And sport includes many games. We have the Olympics, we have different kinds of sports. Tennis, cricket, football, countless number of sports. So many people involved, the gadgets, the money, the coach. But we use one word, sport. Similarly with the case of God. God is not a person. God is a concept. For me, God is universe. I believe in God. Yes, I believe in God. I am not an atheist. But if you tell me God is one person who has created everything, that doesn't make sense. See, I work in a manufacturing company. In a manufacturing company, yes, we do have the owner, but the owner cannot do anything by himself. We have the CEO, the cash, the machinery, different departments, the process involved. That includes the manufacturing product. Similarly with the case of God, God is not one individual who has created everything. God is a concept, and that includes living creatures, non-living creatures, supernatural beings, things that even we do not know. Are we honest enough to say that we do not know everything about God? And that is true. We do not know everything about God. The problem is when we want to believe God is one person who has created everything, He can control our life. And sometimes people refer to God as masculine. And some people say God is also feminine. Some people say God is both. Okay. wish as you want to wish, but trying to preach people about God, you must love God, you must worship God. If a person wants to love God, worship God, let it be. And even if a person is not loving God, not worshipping God, that is okay. See, charity begins at home. I love God, but if I do not take care of my parents, my family, what is the point? Isn't it? At my employment, what is my responsibility to give my duty, to give my 100%? And well, if the employer wants, he must give my salary, give me my salary, isn't it? As a student, what is my responsibility to study? So rather than being a fanatic and trying to portray God as an individual epitome of goodness, that really doesn't make sense, isn't it? There is so much poverty, there is so much suffering in this world. People fight, there is conflict. And God, as a person, has no control. There is order in the universe, there is disorder in the universe. So I consider God, the word God, in plural form. God for me is not singular. It is not I. See, I exist and there are many human beings that exist. If you observe nature, everything is in plural. There you won't find singularity. We have one sun, but there are other stars which are far away from us. There are so many planets. So God for me is absolutely plural. And the day I realized it, I am very comfortable. I do not have any problem if people follow a certain religion. I do not have any problem even if people say I am an atheist, because that person is right, because he believes not God is not one individual, God is not one person, isn't it? There is ambiguity. So to make things clear, God is a concept. It includes the universe, living creatures, non-living creatures, supernatural beings, and there are things that we don't even know. God includes everything. So what is your view about God? Please write in your comments. Have a good day.